Hey guys, good morning. How are you today? I feel like doing my queen wave today. I feel like a queen. I hope you guys are excellent. Got my coffee. And of course it's in a Star Wars mug. Okay, I promised I would keep you guys up to date on anything new. This is something old that is come up again because of the talk of the reboot. There is a dark fan theory about Reid. I don't like it. I will say that up front. First off, I do not like it. I am not condoning it. I do not want it to happen. I'm just bringing the information to you. The dark fan theory is they could bring Reid back as an Unsub. And it would also ensure that Derek would come back because they have this kind of little brother, big brother relationship, and Derek was upset when he found out that Reid had been framed for murder and no one told him. So everyone's thinking, okay, Reid could come back as an Unsub and then Derek would have to come stop him. But that can only end in one of two ways. One, they save him, but he still has to account for the things that he's done, so he has to go to prison. And number two, it ends with him getting killed. Suicide by cop. And I don't like any of those options, so I don't think this is a good idea. I'm hoping they will wait for like a season or two and make sure that Matthew Gray Gubler doesn't want to come back full time. I watched a clip of Paley Fest with the Criminal Minds cast. It was the beginning of season 7. And if you don't know what Paley Fest is, I've never been to one. I've watched them on Amazon Prime. But this, I did not see a Criminal Minds one on Amazon Prime. So I found this on YouTube. But it's like a classier Comic-Con. Like, they're all dressed nice, and there's a moderator that asks them questions. There are not people in goofy costumes everywhere. It's like more of like a celebration of a TV show or a franchise than like a fan interactive thing. So the moderator asks questions, and one of the questions he asked was, if you could be any character other than the one that you play now, who would you want to be? And, you know, some of them said, I want to be Prentice's character, or I want to be, you know, whatever. But Matthew said he would like to play an Unsub. Like I said, is at the beginning of season 7 was when this Paley Fest was filmed. They were talking about JJ and Emily coming back. Reid said that he would like to play an Unsub. So I don't know if that is where the fan theory sprung from. I don't know. Well, season 7, not all the bad stuff had happened to him yet, and I'm fixing to go over the list. It's a long one. There are some really good videos on YouTube, and it's basically everything bad that's ever happened to Spencer Reid in less than 15 minutes. And this one I found on a YouTube channel called Thot Chocolate. Was Thot, Thot Chocolate. The article about the fan theory I found on Screen Rant. So, here we go. Let's see if we can do this. Everything bad that has ever happened to Spencer Reid in under 15 minutes. Ready? Heavy spoilers. I usually say I'll try not to. This is an exception to the rule. If you don't want to know all the bad things that have happened in 15 seasons to Spencer Reid, don't watch this video yet. Go watch the show and then come back and watch it. Okay, here we go. Under 15 minutes. Number 1, his mother is schizophrenic, and his father left them when Spencer was 10 years old, and he had to deal with growing up with a schizophrenic mother and commit her himself when he turned 18, and she could no longer take care of herself. Number 2, he was bullied and tortured in high school, which is par for the course with nerds, but his was really bad. And in one episode, he tells Derek all about it. 3, He was kidnapped. In the episode, The Big Game, it is a 2-part episode. He is kidnapped in the first one. In the second one, he is tortured and shot up with addictive drugs, namely Dilaudid. Number 4, he got addicted to Dilaudid. Number 5, he suspects his dad of killing a little boy that he knew when he was little. He gets anthrax. But wait, he lives, and then he gets shot. So 6 is anthrax, 7 is he gets shot in the knee. Number 8, he starts having terrible migraine headaches and hallucinations. Number 9, he almost relapsed and got addicted to Dilaudid again when Emily dies. Because of his headaches, he meets Maeve, who is a doctor. I cannot remember if it's geneticist or nutritionist, but anyway, she looks at his MRIs, tweaks his diet, tells him some supplements to take, and his headaches go away. They fall in love. Unfortunately, she has a stalker, so they cannot meet in person for Reid's safety. Number 11, to get in touch with Maeve, he calls her number, lets it ring once, hangs up at a payphone, and then she calls the payphone back. The last call he made to her, he is given a clue that she has been kidnapped. She doesn't answer the phone, somebody else does. Then, the person that has kidnapped Maeve actually murders Maeve right in front of Reid. Then, he gets shot in the neck and almost dies. Not only did he go to the hospital because he got shot, the killer went to the hospital and tried to kill him again when he found out that he lived. Number 13, Gideon dies. And this was not on the list, but I'm going to add it retroactively. Gideon was like his mentor, and Gideon left, and he just left. He didn't tell anybody he was going anywhere. So basically, that was Spencer's second abandonment. His first dad abandoned him when he was 10, and then his mentor dad when he was 25. So now a few years later, they're called to a murder, and it's Gideon that has been murdered. And he has a really hard time with that. 14, his mother's schizophrenia gets worse. Then he finds out that she has early onset Alzheimer's. Cat Adams. This woman becomes obsessed and fixated on Reid. It was just a normal op. She was a hit woman. They were trying to catch her, and Reid caught her. And she will come back to make his life hell later. Number 16, he gets framed for murder in Mexico. He meets a doctor that has a medicine that works, but it is illegal in the United States, and he goes to Mexico to get this medicine, and in the meantime, he is framed for murder while he is down there. I have both of these under 16, but they're really two different. I mean, getting framed for murder in Mexico is bad enough, but then they get him back to the States, and they think he's going to be released on bail and have an ankle monitor or whatever, and they can't get bail for him. So he goes to prison. And he's supposed to be in protective custody in a federal prison because there are people in there that he has sent there. But for some reason, he gets put in general population, which is extremely dangerous for an FBI agent to be. Number 17, he makes a friend in prison. And then that friend is killed right in front of him. I've lost track of how many people have been killed right in front of this man. Number 18, he gets out of prison, which you would think would be a good thing. But in the process of getting out of prison, he finds out that his mother has been kidnapped. Poor Reid. Number 19, guess who kidnapped Mom? Cat Adams, who is in prison. But she teamed up with somebody on the outside to kidnap Reid's mom. Number 20, he gets taken hostage with Garcia by a cult. Number 21, now he gets held hostage with JJ. Number 22, so Reid is in therapy, and his therapist tells him to go meet a normal person and have a normal conversation. So he goes to the park and he meets Max. Max is his new girlfriend, which you would think would be happy. But it's not, because it just leaves him more vulnerable. Max's family gets kidnapped. Guess by who? Cat Adams! She's another accomplice on the outside that now kidnaps Max's family. He was injured in an explosion. Passes out in his apartment from a brain bleed that was caused by the explosion he just was in. That happens to Reid, and that is the last episode of the series. And I'm sure you all realize that he must live, or we wouldn't be talking about him maybe coming back for the reboot. So I think I did that under 15 minutes, and I hope it made sense doing it that quickly. That is a little midweek catch up on a fan theory that I hope does not come to pass. You guys have an excellent rest of your week, and I will be getting another episode of True Crimes of Criminal Minds out this weekend or early next week. Bye. I'm gonna give a little queen wave again. Bye.